Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today we are going to be getting rid of this, the dreaded hood rod, and putting in some hood struts. This time around, we're going to go with some real hood struts. These come from Redline Tuning, and I've been an advocate of the bolt-on type in the past, but it seems the manufacturer has changed the brackets. The system did not work. The strut actually popped off several times of the little nub that you attach it to. No good. So we're going with the drill type, Redline hood struts. Now, I've got the canister over here. We're going to unbox it. Let me sit you down for that. So, it comes in this handy dandy canister or tube. Let's go ahead, pull the end off. I'm very curious to see what they look like now. I hope they haven't changed anything. I don't think so. But what we've got here, let's see. We've got the brackets. These are the ones that go down below. They look like this. And then we have the brackets that go up top. They look like this. Then we have some directions. I'll have to breeze through those again real quick just to refresh myself. And then we have some rivets. This is the worst part of doing it, in my opinion. These things to get snapped off are pretty difficult. At least they have been for me in the past. Nonetheless, it's a much tighter hold, I suppose. And then, of course, we have the two hood struts themselves. Now, as far as tools go, you don't need a whole lot. Measuring tape, marker, painter's tape or masking tape, electrical tape, a little hole punch kind of thing, a rivet gun, and a drill. Now, a little tip for you on the drill, and I've done it already. Put some electrical tape right around the edge. Just leave yourself enough room to drill through the hood itself, but not pop on through and come through the top. I've actually seen somebody do that. All right, got my little refresher done, and I have to say, the directions that Redline provides are awesome. Color, easy to read, pictures, they're perfect. So what we're gonna do first, and I've already done this part, is we're going to measure where the top brackets go, these. So what you want is your electrical tape, or your painter's tape. Go ahead and put it on right beyond this little nub that you can see here, because that's where your measurement's going to be. Now, with your tape measure, you're going to measure 19 inches right from the nub, right on the edge, the outside edge, the outermost point of the hood hinge, straight up across here, and make your mark at 19 inches. That's where the bottom of your bracket is going to sit. Now, you also want to measure in from the edge of the hood 2.5 inches, make another mark, a little dot, if you will. Then, you're going to put your bracket in just like this, with the edge at the bottom of the first line and the other edge at the 2.5 inch in mark. That's what you do on both sides. So now we have to go ahead and mark the hole on the bracket itself. The directions say to start with the bottom hole, drill through with your 3/16 inch drill bit, and then go ahead and put the rivet in and secure it, and then go ahead and mark, or rather punch with your little hole punch, right where the other hole is, and go ahead and drill right through the hole that's currently in the bracket, so it'll already be in place. One other quick reminder, the nub is facing the outside, not the inside. So make sure you get that right before you line this up and mark it all off. And this isn't rocket science. It doesn't have to be perfect, just so you're right about on that line that you drew, and then up against the dot that you made for the 2.5 inch in point, and that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and mark that. And then we're going to go ahead and punch that spot, in my case the lower hole. This is the moment of truth. Take your time, drill slow. If there's any mod you want to take your time doing, this is it. So just drill very slowly. There you go, and that punched in further than I would have liked, but I did not go through the hood. There is one sort of critical little step I almost forgot. You want to paint around the inside of that hole you just made with a little bit of touch-up paint. just so you don't get any rusting, right? So what I'm going to use is just any touch-up paint I have, because this is going to be covered. You're never going to see it. So I don't need to color match to do this. And matter of fact, I'm using Voodoo Blue, kind of an homage to the Voodoo Blue Tacoma I had. Okay, we'll let that dry a bit. I'm going to go ahead and drill the other side, and then we'll get the bracket installed. Hopefully the paint is dry enough. You want to go ahead and place the end of your rivet through your bracket. Then you want to push it through your hole, and it could be rather tight. As I've noticed in the past, if I recall, it was pretty tight to get in through that hole, which it should be. There you go. That gets it in the hole. Now, to rivet, if you've never riveted before, and I am no rivet expert, you want your 3/16 end on your rivet gun, of course, and then you want to go ahead and push the end through the rivet gun. This is probably rivet 101 for some folks, but like I said, I am by no means a rivet expert. Get it lined up to where it's going to be, because it's going to be rather tight here in just a second. So you want to go ahead and squeeze on through the rivet gun. Wow. Like I said, it's pretty tight. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest. Probably going to be just as difficult, I'm guessing. And let you see the carnage. Man. All right, now we need to remove what they call the beauty cover. It's this plastic cover on the side, because right down below is where we're going to put the next bracket. Up in the front here, there's just a push pin. It's pretty simple. Pull the center out, and then just push the pin out. Make sure you keep track of that. You are going to need it again. And then the side piece, the beauty cover, you just want to push in towards the engine, like so. Just goes over some white nubs, and then just set that aside. You are going to reuse that too. Now, we are going to make a measurement, and it's going to be, let me get you up close on this. It's going to be from the edge of the hood bracket, which is right here. You see this? This is the edge of the hood bracket. We're going to measure down here on this area, and that measurement is going to be 12.5 inches. Then your bracket is going to sit in front of where you make that mark. So I'm going to measure 12.5 inches down here, and then I'm going to sit that bracket in front, mark the holes, drill the holes, rivet them in just like we did the other side. You do want the nub pointing in, by the way. I don't think you can have it any other way, but just in case. And then, of course, you want to do the same thing on the other side. Now, these don't matter. They fit the same on either side, so there's not a left and a right. But you want to sit that bracket right in front of the line you just made and mark the rear hole. This is another one of those rear hole first. It doesn't really matter, just mark a hole. And go ahead and drill your hole down through here. Much less concerning drilling this way, let me tell you. All right, once you have that done, you want to go ahead and put your rivet in there. There we go. It's just that simple. Then you want to grab your rivet gun, the bane of this mod as far as I'm concerned. There you go. Much simpler than the other. Then you want to go ahead and drill the hole, put your paint in there, put the other rivet in. Okay, that takes care of the hardest part of this mod. Now I'm going to put my garage door opener back up in there, put the beauty cover on, and do the other side. All right, now it's time to do what all of this has led us to do, and that is put the hood struts on. First, I just want to test them for fitment a little bit, and they fit just right. So this is going to give you stock height. Some of the bolt-ons I know, they'll tell you they give you as much as 7 inches more. So just a little tidbit for you there. This will give you stock height. Now, to put these on, you just want to kind of roll them on. I don't know if it makes any difference which side. You do want the tube part on top. So you want that the highest part, the bigger part. So we're going to go ahead and roll the bottom on. Again, that's pretty darn simple. And then I'm going to put the top part on, hopefully the same way. And that's it. It's on. That's all there is to it. Let's do the other side. That's it. We're done. It's on. Get that rod out of there. I don't know why I'm holding it. I just put struts in, right? There you go. You can see it's holding itself. Question is, will it raise itself? Let's go ahead and shut it. Oh yeah. Lots of pressure. I like that. So if let's see, let's just latch it like it would normally be if you popped it from the inside. And then check that out. That's the way the hood strut should go. I will say that when I had the bolt-on type, they did not have the power that these have. They would not raise the hood until you got it up to about this point or so by themselves. You still had to lift the hood. It was assisted, so don't get me wrong. It's not like it was some horrible thing, but it definitely did not do this. Check that out. Awesome. All right, there you go. Did you catch the theatrics there? Huh? High special effects here on this channel. Anyway, awesome project. Not the simplest project because of the rivets, to be honest. Those rivets make it very difficult. It's too bad there wasn't some kind of a system, and I know others have this, where you could fit some kind of a bolt, kind of like you hang pictures with in the house or something, a lag screw or whatever they call those. You know, those little things that you stick through the hole, they open up and then you tighten them down. Would be really nice if these had that kind of a system, but maybe it's just not strong enough. I don't know. I would give this about a 3 out of 5, 5 being the most difficult as far as installation goes. You have to be careful when you're drilling the hood, not so much the lower parts, and you better have a pretty darn strong grip. I'll give you a tip. Never mess with a guy who hand rivets all day long, because that guy, that's a strong dude, man. Anyway, leave a comment. I'll leave a link down below. You guys can check out price and availability on these, but let me know what you think. After having both the bolt-on pre-bracket change and these are by far superior, much better lifting power too. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Mod Driven, all about the Honda Civic, and RobMotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.